What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back. I'm Tiana. If you're new here, um, I'm gonna be taking some breaks to blow my nose, and we're gonna get into that. But I'm a meditation teacher and holistic health facilitator, helping people connect to well-being by teaching them about meditation, mindfulness, breath work, and to be completely honest, all of this is just how to be a decent human being for yourself, how to be raw, how to be honest. That's the real point of me even existing. It's just embodying authenticity just so others can know that they can do it too. But we're gonna get into that. I have a couple of things that I have created for you guys to tap into. First, I have a meditation workshop that is for beginners or people who just really want to expand their approach on meditation. And you can also work with me one on one with my flow sessions. The link in the bio is going to have everything. That's where you could just click it, and then you're going to be right where you need to be. I know that you're going to like something in this video, so be sure to just like, comment, and subscribe, and most importantly, share it with somebody that you like, okay? Today I feel like I have a lot of energy. Physically, my body is just kind of like not completely here. Over the past couple of days, I was working and not getting enough rest. And I feel like that was the perfect opportunity for my immune system to get lowered. Something just seeped into my system, and now my nasal cavity is currently under attack. But like I said, my energy is up. So I'm here, and I really wanted to come and make a video today. But, physically, it's a struggle. I mean, I sound I sound full of it. I sound full of shit in here. But that wasn't going to stop the party. Today, I really just wanted to get, I guess, personal about my story a little bit in my journey, because I think like everything isn't really what it seems, and it's not what it looks like. And to be completely honest, like even just being someone who knows that they've always like led an unconventional life, especially like with the path of just choosing creativity over traditional careers and traditional work. Like, even if you go back to some of my old videos, I've always just been this super expressive person trying to find a way in the world. Where do I fit in, from going to school, getting out, going back again, and then thinking like, no, this is not for me. So I've really always been very just explorative in life. And I think that is one thing that has just brought me to this point today of just really showing up, um, sharing my heart, and allowing it to just resonate with who it's going to resonate with. That's just my entire life. And it's not necessarily easy living a life where you just put your heart out there. There are a lot of people who are pretending, and who do hide behind their ego. And obviously, this is not to throw them down, but it really is easier to live that way than to just be out here um, wanting to be like a thought leader of the world, like 19 Keys would say, are just like, just really just trying to spread the good stuff of what you know to help other people out. Like, that's really all this is. It's just like I've acquired so much wisdom over the years, and I'm not that little girl anymore who was afraid to talk. I am not that little girl anymore who is like doubting themselves. So, speaking of doubting themselves, I really want to start incorporating affirmations into the videos, because there's something every day that really resonates deeply with my spirit, and not just like pulling a random affirmation from just making some shit up. But no, like I felt some stuff today. So today's affirmation is, I honor the place in me that just knows. I honor the place in me that just knows. Honoring the place in you that just knows looks like showing up, with trust. It looks like leading with a knowing that goes so far back that you can't even explain it and you're not trying to explain it, you know? And I think that we're always so busy looking for explanations as to why something is happening or why we do something. But what would happen if we just honor the place in us that just knows? What happens if we just show up fully uncertain, but full of so much knowing inside of our hearts to just be here? So that affirmation really spoke with me today, especially like with everything that I'm trying to create. This has just been some of the most mentally challenging times for me. Very freaking empowered, by the way. Very freaking new. It's like I have officially crossed the threshold, but that doesn't mean that I don't still battle with things that try to keep me back, like old energies, old patterns, old thought forms. And we're just gonna kind of get into that a little bit today. But why meditation? Like, why is this like my thing? Um, First, I just want to start by saying, like, I come from a line of women who are always very freaking nervous. And I can say this because this is my family. This is what I've noticed. And it's really about noticing the patterns that shape your entire world. And it's not to beat yourself up about them, but it's about knowing. Remember, honoring the place in you that knows. So I know what I come from. I come from a line of women who are always nervous. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to the fact that they're always nervous. They're always on edge about something. They're always anxious about something. And with that nervousness also comes like negativity that completely takes over the fact that good things could even happen. Like I like to think that they're pretty fucking negative. Like if we're being honest, and this is not even just to like shoot anybody down. This is like to display, like to talk about the characteristics that have been present in me. Um and we're not necessarily using negative as like a bad thing. We're going to use it more so as a thing that just isn't conducive to growth, that holds us back. So that's things that I really notice about myself early on, and especially when I got into my relationship. um I first started journaling. Journaling was my first entryway into meditating. um, I never really knew how to speak up for myself. So there were all these things going on around me and all these situations going on around me. And I just wanted to speak up for myself. And in the midst of speaking up for myself, I also didn't want to offend anyone else. So that's when I started journaling. And that was just like my entry into just being self aware in general. It was almost as if I enjoyed solving my own problems. There was always this piece inside of me that was super introspective. Like before I bring a problem to someone else, I want to make sure that I've dissected it first. I don't want to leave any cracks or room for error. So that was really my first introduction into just being someone who was interested in meditation before I even realized it. Like writing was meditative for me. And it was also so affirming for me to just have a place to connect and use my voice to figure out what is actually happening in my life. Because we're all out here journeying. Um, and I think we're all just trying to figure it out. But honestly, I don't think there's really much to figure it out. I think it's really just about enjoying the cycles of life, enjoying the fact that you gonna be up and then you gonna be down, and then you gonna be up again, and then you gonna be down. So I believe that life is really just about knowing where you're at and figuring out how you want to maneuver in it. I don't think it's about like transcending into this like peaceful state, into this ultimate perfection. And I think that that's what a lot of people get confused while being on a spiritual journey, that they just want to basically wipe their slates clean and be like this pure human being who doesn't do anything wrong. Like you did this to me, he did that to me, she did this to me. And that's what I'm seeing a lot nowadays. Like, especially like with us moving into like this new world, everyone is like so hip to these buzzwords of like boundaries and violation and trigger and trauma. And it's like, these are really great things, but I want you to remember that you are no better than the next person. So the best thing that you could do is really just always hold the mirror up to yourself, like in every situation. And it's really just about learning how to healthily confront people, not from a place of like insecurity or ego, like I gotta tell them all about themselves, but no, like I am just trying to reach a place of understanding. And I think I have always been someone who has been overly understanding. That's my struggle. That I can see both sides of situations. And because I can put myself to see both sides of situations, I've often struggled with speaking up for myself because I was like so busy trying to make sure that I didn't offend other people that I ended up dimming my own light in the process. And it took a while for me to just realize that I am generating some of my own problems. Like, it's not even just about other people. And it's just about finding a way to just be comfortable in your skin, in the way that you present yourself. And two things could exist at once, right? Like, you can totally care for people, but you could also tell them off. Like, listen, I care about you, but this don't have anything to do with me. And I think that we can get used to saying like, this doesn't have anything to do with me, because you can see where you own up to your shit, and then you can also see where you begin and end, and where the other person begin and ends. And I think like that's where the line is kind of blurred, because um we're kind of getting so meshed up in what other people are doing to us, that we're forgetting to just be accountable for our own actions. So yeah, like noticing these things about myself early on, that you know I was always just super anxious, kind of negative. Like, I had like such a positive presenting personality. I was never just negative with people in my life. I was more so like negative in my own world, untrusting in my own world, pessimistic in my own world, always thinking ahead to solve a problem that hasn't even occurred, basically living a life with a mind that was so jumbled up with thoughts that really kept me from being the person that I am now. But looking back, it was all just a part of the journey. I wouldn't change anything about my journey. I wouldn't change anything about all of the struggles that I've had, all the times that I've cried in my bedroom, thinking that something was wrong with me because these thoughts were just so invasive. And in this day and age, it's all about the thought. I know people don't like to hear that mindset is everything. And it seems like it's all just a con. The problem is, yeah, some people are conning you when they talk about mindset being everything. Some people are using this to their advantage to make millions of dollars off of other people, and they're losing the integrity in the work, like in this work. That don't have nothing to do with me. That ain't what I'm doing here. But it's just like literally keeping it real. It is about the mind, and if you don't get your mind right, then you might as well say bye to everything else, because as quick as you can receive things, you can lose it just in an instant, because you don't believe that you deserve it, because deep down inside you attracted it for the wrong reason. So the work of meditation is really just about seeing where your mind is at. Is the way that your mind operating really in alignment with the way that you want to live? It's not even just about reaching this level where you're better than other people, but it's about coming into understanding. Because to be completely honest, if it wasn't for meditation, I would probably getting into a lot of fights with people. Um, like both physical and even just arguments. Because meditation it allows you to keep your ego in check. It is literally a portal unto yourself. And sometimes I think that we don't really want portals into ourselves because it's really scary, right? It's really scary to hold ourselves accountable. It's scary to say like, "Dang, I could have did that better," but I'ma still blame her though. It's scary, and I don't think that life is one big serious bubble of like just problem solving, but it's gonna come up. And when it comes up, you want to be ready. You don't want to be on the end of the stick that is like blaming everyone for their problems, right? So what really happens in meditation, it just really gives you it gives you a chance to separate yourself from everything that is going on. It really just helps you to reach that state of just stillness and listening. You need to listen to the type of thoughts that are happening in order for you to create some type of change in your life. And in this listening, it is literally just about being understanding that I'm human. I'm literally chaotic. I am literally a chaotic human. If you don't think that you're chaotic human, then you you owe some shit. You kind of thinking that you holier than thou, floating above everybody else, but you're not. We are really more alike than we are different, and that's what meditation really does for me. It keeps me in check. Like I said, I would literally be fighting with people, and another theme that has like haunted my life. Remember, I said like be overly understanding and overly apologetic. That bites me in my ass. Okay, so I'm those things, right? People know that I'm like cool, I'm sweet, I'm chill, I'm presenting myself in this way. But the other side of me is like, I will literally go off on you for the sake of defense. I have a really big defending spirit. And I feel like I was a warrior back in like another life. I was a warrior because I am always trying to be defending myself. And that's where I go wrong. Because I could be in a situation and I can see what it is, but I'm like so busy trying to show the other person where they're like kind of like you coming at me sideways, but it's like this is your problem. I get so busy trying to like defend myself that oftentimes I give people the window of opportunity to get at me in the first place. I don't always have to be like showing somebody like where they're messing up or like where it's actually their problem and not mine. And that's what I'm learning. Like even just like now after I turned 27, I can feel like the big shift of everything. I could feel how I had really grown and changed. And I also could see like all of the things that I was still engaging in that wasn't necessarily conducive to where I'm going. And every moment, every time it comes up, literally, it has happened so many times this year, even before my birthday. But before my birthday, I wasn't really hip to it. I just was like, I'm about to go hard for me. I'm about to defend myself. They can't do this. Like, no, I know that they're insecure and I'm about to tell them, like, but it don't have to be all of that. I'm not here to show people where they're messing up. What I'm here to do is to be myself. And in being myself, people are either going to love it and they're going to want to like know more about it, or they're not going to like it and they're going to throw things at me and they're going to throw things at you. But it's really not your job to explain anything. Like I said, you can be loving while also putting people in your place. So it's like that has been like the mode of my life, being loving while also putting people in their place. And I find like the theme for me is like people like me. Um, they love how positive I am, you know, feminine, soft. Definitely, they love the energy that I bring, right? But the minute that I trigger something in them, because I'm being in my energy, right? You're being your energy. But the minute you trigger something inside of people, they will try to make it your problem. And sometimes you did do something that you didn't have any business doing. Acknowledge it. Send an apology if it's worth it. Send an apology if it's necessary, but keep it pushing. It's not about getting so heavily attached to the things that are happening in our lives with ourselves and with other people. It's literally just about finding the lesson in everything. And like having a consistent meditation practice and really owning it. I've realized like even just stepping up, saying that I'm a meditation teacher, or just owning that is something that is like deeply embedded in my spirit. In every identity that we take on comes great responsibility. Don't take on the identity too hard, because then obviously people will think that you can't do this or you can't do that. And you're going to even trick yourself into it. Like, because I do this, I can't engage in that anymore. Like, no, I'm still very human. So I'm still going to do very human things in the midst of being like spiritual. So now I can't go on blaming other people anymore. It's always like, how can I turn the mirror back to myself? And that's what meditation gives me. It gives me a guidebook when I don't even know what to do. Sometimes it is literally worth sitting it out. Sometimes it's literally worth saying nothing and then coming back. If you think that the human life is about reaching some level of perfection, then you've gotten it all wrong. It's just about having like different tools to keep us equipped, to keep us energized, like to keep us being able to move forward on the journey. Right? I have so much going on up here, and in here I can't even think straight. But the words is coming out though. The message is getting messaged. The message is getting told. But there's like so much happening, right? On a daily basis. And we're a match for every energy. This is something else that I want to talk about. We're a match for everything. We're a match for the good shit that's happening. We're a match for the bad stuff that's happening too. So don't you ever think that you too good to be getting matched up with some craziness. No, the craziness is going to find you because you're at a good level, because you're doing well. You know what I'm saying? It's always a moment to exercise like, hmm, how am I handle this? Is this a moment for me to like defend myself so hard that I end up playing into their game? Or is this a moment for me to be like, hmm, I see what's going on. Okay, I'm going to speak my piece. I'm going to give them what they want, but also be so solid in myself that it didn't really take anything from me. Like, I think we think that like when we're in situations with people and we think we're getting played kind of. So we never want to just give them what they want. Like, we gotta go hard for ourselves, right? No, sometimes it ain't even up to you to hold them accountable. Sometimes it's not even up to you to bring it to their attention. You just give them what they want and go about your merry way. Shake that energy off, baby. Shake that energy off. So the work of meditation really allows you to just paint a new picture of what is really happening. Something that I've been doing as of lately that I've learned how to do is to go back into situations that have triggered me, situations where I felt like, damn, I kind of could have handled that better, or damn, I gave too much of my power away. I'm going back into these situations and seeing how I can rewrite the story. No, I can't physically go back in time and redo the situation all over again. But what I can do is release the energy from my head, because we already know you in a situation and a thought come up, that thought can rule your whole day. Something to remind you of a shortcoming, something to remind you of a person that hurt you, something to remind you of a time where you failed, you messed up. Whole day is like transformed in the worst way because of that. So the work of meditation really allows you to go back in, change the narrative, rewire the brain so that you don't get so stuck on the old narrative. And in time, like nobody say like a situation happens and then you immediately have to be good. Like that's another problem. We always want to be good. We want to be good before we're ready to be good. We want to be good before we even receive the fruits of the message, before we even receive the lesson of why the situation happened to us. We need to get better at being more introspective. Like I can tell the difference between a problem that needs to be hashed out and then something that was a journal entry. So I'm never just bringing my shit to people. Even if somebody did me something wrong, even if in my eyes I feel like, damn, that was messed up. You have to know the difference between a conversation that is worth having and then something that can be hashed out with yourself. Because most of the time, people are so fixated on being right, on defending themselves. Everybody is defending themselves. Everyone has a nervous system that wants to like make sure that we're safe. So most of the time, you're not going to get the reaction or the response that you want in situations. You have to become better at being your own reverence, kind of your own safe place. Nobody else can be that for you. Nobody. So before we leave this video today, I really want to leave you with some like practical steps on like honoring yourself and really taking more personal responsibility and accountability and ultimately just being devoted to you. Devoted to yourself when you mess up, devoted to yourself when you're doing good, just all devotion because this journey is really just a big journey of loving yourself. Okay? It's just a journey of saying like I ain't perfect. What Gloria say, get my feelings hurt today. I can't care about it tomorrow. Like real spill. Like I can't be carrying everything that's happened into with me into the next day. I have things to do. I have things that I love doing. I want to go play. Like I'm a playful person. I'm just trying to go play on my pole and be expressive. I'm trying to go write for fun. I'm trying to create these tools. I'm trying to go meditate. I'm trying to just literally have fun. So, the first thing that you could do is next time you're in a situation, before you allow your ego to take over, because your ego will, it always will, assess. Say, why? Why do I feel this way? What about this situation is bothering me? That's all you can do. Why and what? Really pay attention to what is happening. And I'm not saying like she coming at me or like he trying to hurt me. What in you is accepting what is going on? And in that why and what, I need you to acknowledge that feelings come from you. You create your own feelings. Nobody else creates anything inside of you. So if you feel it away, it's because you created it. That other person might have triggered something inside of you, but the feeling started and ended with you. So get better at examining the why and the what is really happening before we start popping off. Next, number two, once you've done your examination, now I really need you to go journal about it. You have to go journal about it. And when you go journal about it, you're getting the thoughts out of your head. It's like you're kind of playing a puzzle, like Scrabble. Like you try to like put words together and like make it make sense. We need to get it out of our head because as long as it stays in our head, we're gonna immediately want to be the victim. Naturally, we have like that victim, like they did me wrong. So dissect it on paper, please. Or in a voice memo. I'm really big on voice memos. I love talking to myself, so I do voice memos as well. Number three, now that you've done that, what am I hoping to gain if I confront this person? If I bring it to their attention, what am I hoping to gain? If if what I am hoping to gain is something that I can give myself, do I really need to confront them? Do I need to confront them? Do I need to hold them accountable? Or do I just need to set a boundary for what I will and will not tolerate and what I will and will not entertain? like, one of the best things about like texting or even just talking to people, someone can literally say something to you that you don't even have to respond to. If it don't resonate with you, don't even entertain it. They're gonna be like, "Oh, I said this and that," and you can be like, "Oh, that didn't really resonate with me." Oh, like, and people are not gonna like that. People are not gonna like when you don't entertain the stuff. That's the thing. We be entertaining it, and now we go tit for tat because now we're caught up in a game of like, I'm right, you're wrong. I'm trying to prove myself, you try to prove yourself, and it gets nowhere. So after that, the fourth thing that you can do, even if you do decide to have a conversation with someone, um, stand strong in your power. Hold space for understanding and compassion. But it doesn't mean letting someone getting over on you, right? And in that moment, you have to learn how to communicate. You have to learn how you want to assert yourself in the situation. I can't tell you how to do it. I said this video was gonna be like a little bit about me, and I feel like I did tell y'all a lot about like me and just like my inner world and like what meditation does for me and like how I really operate on a day-to-day basis. Let me know if you want to hear anything specific because I'm down to make a video about that. But I'm going to see you guys next time. I really appreciate sharing space with you always. And I cannot wait to come back and just share more. This is only the beginning of me showing up here. So, peace.